definitely time for us to take our ordinary coloring page and turn it into something extraordinary so that our artistic skills can grow as we explore. So let's get to it.
Hey everyone, welcome to another review. This is the month of June and I just want to show you what I have done, turning ordinary coloring pages into extraordinary coloring. And that's what we're going with. That's the flow. All right, so I have managed to do 5 books I've worked in. I will say I have done a few extra in this book. I've started brand new this one. I've done a few pages brand new and still working on. But nonetheless, these are what I have actually accomplished or partially accomplished. Also want to remind you to always use a back-end to go behind your pages so as to avoid bleed through, to avoid print on the other page that you may not be using right away. So just to avoid any mishap, you always want to have a extra back-end. All right, let's get right into it. I will start with my night voyage. The night voyage I have started, I've had this about a year, almost 2 years, a year now, at least a year. And I first picked it up because I thought it was something different. It's by Darius Song. So I started with my castle and my castle pencil set that I picked up, and I wanted to use this as a experiment to test my castle because I have not done a swatch yet, but I wanted to try it out on this full spread. So this book is literally a book of virtue. Learn patience. My intent was to try the different shades of green and to see how the castle actually hold up to Prisma. So far it's a work in progress. I'm not totally in love with the castle right now, just because I'm learning to use it. It still has that hard tip as opposed to a soft, smooth blend like Prisma would. But as I mentioned, because I tend to press it sometimes a bit harder in certain areas, so I picked up the castle because it has a firmer lead inside rather than just melting away like butter with the Prisma. So it's a work in progress, but this spread turned out really, really great. It took me over a few days to actually complete it as I was very persistent. Sometimes I got lost in what I wanted to do with the bird, but the idea was to try out most of the shades in my castle, and I think I might have accomplished that. All right, I hope you like this spread. This is the only spread that I've done in this book because it took me quite a few days to actually get it done. When I say days, I mean whatever spare time I had to do coloring. That was not my main focus. Like if I'm not dedicating a day to it, I would do it as periodically as I can. So that's it for Daria. This is my next project. So my intent is to work on my blending with pencils to create skin colors and so forth, but I also used my ADAXI markers, and I use it in Cute Fairies, and I'm telling you, I totally love. I'll give you a quick flip through because the whole of this book is probably dedicated to Joan. So I started here and I went with my fuchsias and trying to jazz up the fairy and making her look magical, but working on my skin tone and blending is the object of this book. There we go. We have this, working with shades of orange and yellow just to make make the fairy, just trying to create, as I'm saying, it's an experiment as well as trying to create a different type of fairy that I've not seen before. I kind of use gray and a shade of yellow for her skin, wanting to see what the blend would look like and experimenting with different colors and making skin. Now this page is awesome. When I say awesome, I mean it is one of those pages that I forgot to put my backing on. Like when I was doing this fairy, I forgot to put it here. I forgot to put this right here. So I was like coloring away, having a jolly good time. And when I flipped over, this side was all messed up. And I was very, very disappointed. But I decided to take on a challenge and see if I can create a disaster, create magic from a disaster. So I created this. So I'm covering up all the, if you can tell, you can see some prints from the flower on the other side. So working with what I had and creating this. Her skin's actually darkened because of all the prints that were just left on her skin. But I do like it. I think I actually impressed myself by doing this. So that's one. I hope you like that page. And here we go, working with my purples and just trying to make a blend. But the idea is to work on the skin and getting a different shade of hair, creating a fairy that I've not actually seen, you know, like those nice soft rainbow fairies, but creating a more humanistic kind of a person fairy. I don't know what I mean, but you know, yes. And here we go. She is one of my favorite fairies. I just really like how her skin blend, and I decided to use darker colors for her hair just to see if I can actually pull off black or a shade of gray, and it actually worked. I hope you're liking these because I totally love them. Love, love, love them. So this is my other fairy. As I mentioned, this is all ADAXI marker and just working with what I have to create something different. So I played around with her skin tone as well, more like using peach, pink, a shade of yellow, and sometimes I will go in with blue or a little bit deeper into the gray. Oh, this is my absolute, one of my absolute favorite too, because I just like how her skin actually, there's just a few different shades in there, blue, pink, yellow, and I blended all those to create like a magical kind of a light effect with this fairy. And because she had all the colors around her, it just actually blends into her skin, and I like that. Oh, very light-hearted fairy here. So working on my oranges, but bringing in some grays, and still lightening the whole entire image with some softer tone for the wings, and creating a different background. So trying to make the fairy fit into her environment, but also not making it droopy and not too soft. So still trying to play with some vibrant color to get the fairy to coexist with her environment. And here we go. This is my other one where I'm playing up with the grays for her skin. I particularly like the wings because it reminds me of like a tree or a woodland fairy. So still bringing out the green, but adding touches of pink and peach just to make it blend really nice into something that is just not like I'm coloring like this here. Like I slapped this on here, you could tell there's no, the blending didn't quite work well, but this is perfect blending for me. I like this. And this is my creepy cute fairy. I showed it to everyone and they're like, oh, she's creepy, but she's still cute. So just trying to work with my dark colors, trying to darken her skin, apart from just using black for her skin tone, because you could tell the black would not do well if you do it for her skin tone. But trying to make her into a dark fairy, darker skin tone. So I used pink and deep gray and a little bit of a slight peach and blue, just blending colors and a soft purple to create this shade. And I wasn't satisfied at first, but then after allowing the colors to dry, I realized that it actually worked nicely. So she became more like a pink undertone. And this is one of my beauties as well. So you've probably seen her. I've done tutorial on this one, and she was one of my first fairies that I did in this book. Loving how the wings turned out. And this, she is my absolute favorite for my June entire collection. I loved how her skin is just total rainbow, but it blends so good. So it's a mixture of blue, purple, pink, yellow, and just working the colors that's in her dress into her skin and allowing her background to blend into, even though she's on a deeper surface here, which is the stump, but also making it work with her skin, so you can actually definitely see the differentiation. So I really love this one. I'll give you a quick close-up. And the staining in the legs just work really nice. And that's it. That's it for this part with the markers, but I'm not giving up. Trying out my burn of my castle and working on skin tone. So this is another blend that I've made for skin tone, but these are colored pencils. I'm practicing with my colored pencils because I want to work in my new book that I got from Christine Karen, and I wanted to use pencils in it just so, you know, I'm trying a new style. And I'm working on using my new Castle 120 set, and as I said, not totally now because I'm learning how to use it, but it does really do well. So here we go, and now they're working with the peach and the pink and a bit of yellow. So this is just all skin tone that I'm trying to work on here. This one something happened here. I don't even want to show you this one, but you know what, it's all in the name of experiment. And even though this did not turn out exactly, but it's also part of my experience, and I wanted to will not give you a close-up of this one. She's very creepy. All right, and here we go. This is my absolutely favorite of my pencils. She's the first one that I did with the pencils, and I'm very surprised I actually kind of nailed it, I would say. And I really like how I played up with the yellow, bit of purple, and I did the brown. I'm not sure if it's cerulean or something. I forgot the name of the color, but playing with the browns, purple, and yellow. But they're soft, and a bit of lavender to get this skin tone. All right, and that's it for this book. Cute fairies. My next one is Mythographic, Color and Discover Deep Blue. This one is the Fabriano Atanaso. I'm sure I just butchered that, but forgive me, but the Fabriana. So this is an old one that I did sometimes last year, but this is the one that I'm trying to complete. Still haven't done it, but working with my yellows and trying to bring out mythical and a mystical underwater discovery. So working with my bird fishes, but bringing out yellows. I'm trying to play up with yellows, and this I did with my studio pencils and my watercolor. I have not activated my watercolor background. I think I might just leave it because you can use your watercolor pencils to color with it too. Maybe I might activate it, but so far I like it without it. I like how the flower came out here. Still working on this auto water equipment here. Just haven't decided which colors I want to use with it yet. But as if you had seen my last video, I gave you a quick preview. I've not done this side, but this time I have completed this side, which is the Honorado rocks, and just working with the coral and the seaweeds and so forth. So I'm still working on this. It's a work in progress. And still working with my ADAXI marker, the Enchanted Fairy House. And this book I think I've done one piece in it before, but decided to pick it up and start working on it again. The first one I did, this is like watercolor with pencils as well, and I did love this. I have posted this already, one of my videos, but I totally love this. I had to show you again. This is not June, but still have to show you. I love my water blend. It is just so magical. Probably my favorite part of the whole entire picture, my water blend. And I do love how the house came out. I actually really like this piece, and it's all pencil but watercolor wash undertone. Now my June piece is with my ADAXI marker, making my mushroom creepy house. It's totally awesome. This is what I'm working on with my dark colors, but still livening up the background with some lighter tones, so it's not totally depressing, but it does tie in nicely. So you can do light and fluffy, but deep and dark, and it works together. Just adding a bit of red here just to pop it a bit. So my grays, browns, yellows, and pink, and a deep wine red. And I also did this. I managed to do probably 2 pages in this. Yep. But I'm gonna pick it up again for probably July, because I still like to work with my houses. And then again, my brown. So see how nicely I tied my just a shade of green, but my greens with my browns, and this actually orange and yellow. So it's my green bright, forgot the name. I'm drawing a blank. I'm so sorry, people. Just when you have so many information in your head. Yes, I need to work on my colors. But I totally like how they tie in nicely. Alrighty, so you can work with deep dark colors and light and fluffy at the same time, but it depends on how you blend them. See how I'm trying to blend the nice green, the soft green into the hard deep brown mushroom, and it also works nicely. So it liven up the house and make it still woodsy and also mystical. Okay, that's it for this book, my Enchanted Fairy House. And my last work of art is The Alien World by Kirby Rosanis. And this book again brings out patience and perseverance, as you know. So this was my first spread, not for June, but this is also my second spread that I was working on. So I tried to tie in my spaceship, and the background color is the story. So the ship is going to this planet. It landed on the planet, and this is the mystical and mythical world that I'm trying to create. So my spaceship, I didn't do the last time. Now I added some yellows, browns, soft purple. And for my astronaut, I did blue with grays and a touch of yellow. And I wanted the world to look like red. Playing up my browns, but not making it lost with the red earth. So adding some orange and some browns, and just working that throughout the entire spread. Using my watercolors for the background, but also playing it up with my smoky clouds with colored pencil. And this is my Ugamic my Ugamic 72 sets of pencils that I used to do this one. My particular or favorite piece is doing this plant because I like the blending, and this creature here, but I also like the smoky cloud. Everything else was a work in progress, and it took me a period of time to actually complete this. All right, so I think that's it for this book. And that's it for my June. Beautiful, beautiful. So I had experience and experiments done. I've worked with watercolors, markers, 2 sets of pencils, my Castle, and also my Ugamic, as well as my studio, and working it into these books. Working on skin color for now, blending with my Castle, and also with my ADAXI, just trying to find different skin tone that actually matches the project that I'm doing. For patience, working with these guys and small pieces, and I will keep you posted for my July. Maybe I'll do a book plan, a plan of what I want to do for the month of July. But so far, I hope you are inspired to turn an ordinary page into a magical and extraordinary coloring page. All right, so let's start there, one page at a time. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you have not picked these books up, you can go ahead. Most of them are on Amazon or in your local bookstore. Some of them are a bit more expensive than others, but if you are totally in love with art and coloring, you will definitely either save up for it and purchase, or you'll be gifted. Make it one of your wish lists. You know, someone can gift it to you. Some of these are gifted to me. Most of them I purchased, but if people know that you really love art, they will help you out, you know, just saying. So with that said, thank you so much for checking out my Kofi page. Thank you for all my supporters, and I will give shout out to Jamie, and he has been my consistent supporter and sending me questions, giving me comments and liking, and I just want to say thank you, Jamie. And for all my others supporters on my Kofi, thank you so much. I totally appreciate it, and I will keep you posted. Have a good day.